Trainwrecks TV is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, with over 2 million followers and an average live viewership of 30,000. He's also a gambling addict, wagering away millions every time he's live, even to the point that he has been down $35 million at one point, an absolutely astronomical number that most people couldn't even dream of seeing in their lifetime, never mind owing it to someone else. And even beyond that, his viewership isn't without its controversy. Like the vast majority of streamers, he's experienced bans and drama along the way. He's beefed with other creators, and, unsurprisingly, he's gotten heat for some of the things he's said. But no other time in his career as a streamer is as contentious as where he is now. And today, we'll find out why. But before I go any further, this video is sponsored by Adam and Eve. If you're in the market for toys, and yes, I do mean that kind of toy, for yourself or for you and your partner, then Adam and Eve is perfect for you. They have a wide selection of products as the leading retailer in the lingerie and adult boutique market. Their stuff is high quality, at varying price points, making it very accessible to everyone. Just go to adamandeve.com and use discount code TURKEY to get 50% off one item and free shipping in the United States and Canada. Once again, just go to adamandeve.com and use discount code TURKEY to get 50% off one item and free shipping in the United States and Canada. Certain exclusions may apply. And thanks for Adam and Eve for sponsoring today's video. It was in 2015, when Tyler was 24 years old and just out of college, that he decided to try his luck as a streamer, adopting the name Trainwrecks TV. In his early years, he mostly played World of Warcraft, with a viewership in the several hundreds, and as expected, he hopped onto new games when they became popular, like Fortnite and PUBG, which proved effective, as his viewership eventually rose to the thousands.
Wow! Great time to decide to join us! When we're all fucking dead!
He also voiced his gripes with female streamers during this period, uploading stream highlights to his YouTube channel like the famous Twitch "I need to grab something" walk, clowning on girls who accidentally expose their bodies to get more viewers and subs.
Oh, you need me to help you? Oh, I need to crab walk you. Okay, give me a second here. 1 second. Give me a second here.
At the time, this was a more socially acceptable topic to comment on, and Train did it in a comical and harmless way. But that wouldn't be the same later down the line. The inception of IRL streaming on Twitch in 2017 was the real game changer. When streamers had the opportunity to simply talk with their audience, they naturally opened up to a greater degree than they usually would, resulting in a more authentic experience for the viewer. It doesn't feel like you're watching someone put on a show for you, it feels like you're hanging out with a friend. As a result, the audience gets more attached to the streamer as a person, going as far as developing parasocial relationships with their favorite streamers.
I hate doing this. I fucking hate streaming, and I hate my community, and I hate you guys, and I hate this fucking website. Fuck you guys.
Nowadays, nearly all of most popular streamers spend a portion of their time in categories like just chatting. But up to that point, only gaming had really been allowed on the platform. Twitch expanding their horizons made all the difference for Train, because it gave him an opportunity to put his personality on display, one that had a unique appeal to his young male fanbase. Some of his particularly memorable moments were the speeches that he gave to his audience, or should I say, the Ape Gang, such as this motivational speech that even the most jaded among men would shed a tear at.
We are a team. We are a family. If you're depressed, I'm depressed. If you're coming out of the closet and you're scared, I'm coming out of the closet and I'm scared. At the end of the day, if you can't get into parties, if you can't get to the cool kids table, you can sit with me. You can come to my party. You can come to my house. I will be your friend to that pain deep in your chest. I am here. I understand. Live on. Live on.
He could play motivational music for just about anything and turn it into an inspirational moment, such as when he definitively proved that, despite what you may think, he is actually not a prehistoric human that time traveled into the future.
You're looking at almost a purebred human. You're viewing what a real human looks like. Homo sapien.
He'd be there to build you up, but he wouldn't refrain from showing his human side either, being relatable when nothing seems to be going your way. But his idiosyncratic style of speech that got him praise and a dedicated fan base would also end up getting him in hot water. In November 2017, he received a 5-day suspension for talking about booby streamers. Still a hotly debated topic at the time, with everyone from Sky Williams,
it's your body, it's your life. You can do whatever you want.
to Ninja,
That's the majority, okay? So stop bitching. Focus on you. Don't focus on other people, all right? Leave the women alone. Let them stream. Come on, man. It's annoying as fuck.
having given their 2 cents on the topic over the years. Train's passion about the subject went above and beyond any other influencers though, and he rallied his troops to show the world exactly what he thinks of e-wenches.
I'm sick of all the bullshit happening in this community. This used to be a goddamn community of gamers, nerds, kids that got bullied, kids that got fucked with, kids that resorted to the gaming world because the real world was too fucking hard, too shitty, too lonely, too sad and depressing. Now it's ran by the fucking goddamn same sluts that rejected us, the same sluts that chose the goddamn fucking cool kids over us, the same sluts that are coming into our community, taking the money, taking the subs, the same way they did back in the day. Fuck that. I am the goddamn fucking reality check.
A lot of people took issue with his use of the word slut, him telling women what they can and can't do on their streams, and implying that female streamers are only successful because of their looks, or that all female streamers use sex appeal to promote themselves. By the same token, some of his audience actually resonated with it, because they finally heard someone echoing their sentiment of e-girls, who, by their estimation, didn't deserve the attention and success they'd garnered.
No more! Say no more to these goddamn using women! I am the leader! From now on, we will not give you money. From now on, we will not sub to you. From now on, we will do nothing unless you prove to us it is not an act.
He continued to argue on Twitter after his speech was posted and ridiculed on livestream fails. Someone tweeted at him, he's just doing the exact same thing he claims cam whores do. But rather than selling sex as he claims others do, he has figured out how to monetize drama. It's pathetic. Train responded, okay, but am I crying about being called a douchebag? No, that's my case and point. I have no problem with women sexually exploiting themselves for content. I only have an issue with these same women, after gaining traction, crying about why they're being objectified. But seeing as he had been banned, and he certainly wasn't going to win the debate, Train ended up having to apologize for his rant in a twit longer. I'd like to apologize to all of those who were negatively affected by my actions. In no way was this content meant to demean, bash, or hate on the entirety of the female community. There are amazing female streamers that provide great content. It was not my intention to discredit them all in any way, and I understand that this content did exactly that, and I am embarrassed. With all of this being said, I want to reiterate that none of this justifies or excuses my behavior and actions. I take full responsibility, and I want to apologize to Twitch staff, and most of all, to those I have offended, including the entire community. During the same time period, a female streamer faked playing with herself on stream and only got a 24-hour ban, as opposed to Trainwreck's 5-day ban for his speech that, while being incendiary, was just words, compared to overt, sexually explicit content.
That's a very clear bias. There's clear favoritism from the mod team, and that leads to the community turning against the people that are getting that special treatment even when they don't ask for it.
It seemed as if female streamers were receiving favoritism from the moderators. Twitch's seemingly inconsistent suspension policy has been a point of contention for who knows how long at this point, and generally speaking, what Train did would only warrant a long ban if he had received multiple strikes in the past. But he pointed out this was only his second. First strike? I got banned for my first time ever 1.5 years ago for raiding Charlize Theron and Kate Beckinsale on stream, and received a 24-hour ban. The way you're making it sound is as if I've been banned multiple times for terrible things.
Pussy's pussy. Don't put it on a pedestal. Put it where it belongs. On the fucking couch and on the fucking ground.
Regardless of what he did, Twitch's logic was seemingly just a tad bit dubious, although it was ironic that his only other ban at the time was along similar lines. This was an omen of what was to come, since this behavior wouldn't be a one-off thing, but a pattern. Yes, the topic of female streamers and women in general would only continue to get him into trouble with Twitch and the community in the years to come. One such instance occurred in September 2018 during an Overwatch game, where he made some inflammatory remarks towards a teammate of his, resulting in an indefinite ban.
Hey Ashley, can you please fucking heal? We get it, you want to fucking act like you're equal and all that bullshit.
What the fuck? What the?
You know what the fuck, dude? Like, women and men are already equal. Some women have these like chip on their shoulders where they have to prove they're equal, so they play DPS on purpose and they throw games.
What if that's
Oh my
not the
God,
case?
what?
Just playing fucking Widow.
After the incident, he initially stated on his Twitter account, "Hey guys, as some of you may have already figured out, I've been banned. It's not permanent. I'll release more details later, however, I'm going to use this time to reflect on how I can be better and come back stronger than ever. Ape Gang." He later made a proper response on stream when his ban was lifted.
What I mean is, like, there are some people that, like, they're triggered. I see it all over the place on Twitter. They're triggered that people think that women should only play healer. They're triggered by that.
However, that wasn't even close to the end of the saga, and Overwatch would only prove to be a very troublesome game for Trainwrecks, because he got called out again when he called a girl fat after she rejected him on voice chat.
Are you one of those girls? Are you one of those girls with cute voices but bigger bodies?
What the fuck? You don't say that. Yeah, you don't say that.
Way down the line in 2019, he ended up making another tweet clarifying his position on female streamers. "We don't care if you use your breasts or ass in a sexual manner for content/viewership. It works, we get it. We're probably watching. All we're saying is, stop acting so surprised, playing victim, and getting people in trouble over a comment regarding it." The other instance that got him flack is confusing looking back at it. He watched MasterChef on stream. Something that got popular enough in 2021 to be considered a meta on Twitch was frowned upon when Trainwrecks did it in 2019, only 2 years prior. At the time, his stream was clipped and uploaded on livestream fails with the caption, "Train watches 40-minute episode of MasterChef as his content." What has Twitch become? He didn't get banned for it, but his behavior was frowned upon and he was labeled a reaction streamer, which had a negative connotation at the time. If you remember correctly, people didn't used to like or even tolerate reaction content as much as they do now.
Reaction channels can do anything they want, and people are going to come to see, you know, their personality or their reactions to things.
I really like the subtext there. They're coming to see the personality or the reactions to things. They're not coming to see the video at all.
Not too long ago, it was seen as lazy for creators to do. And now, it's just par for the course for online media consumption. While he was technically breaking the terms of service, that didn't stop other streamers from doing the same thing later on and being met with fanfare rather than criticism. Reactions for me, but not for thee. It seems like one of those situations where being an early adopter earns you punishment instead of reward, as Destiny pointed out years later. I feel bad for Train. Everybody used to shit on Train hardcore for the reaction shit for Gordo stuff. I feel like all the streamers did, and he saw that. Talking about the MasterChef debacle, he tweeted, "They wrote articles pushing for my ban. Streamers and their communities catered to hate threads every day saying I belong in jail, sued, or permabanned, and now you same motherfuckers binging the same show. Go fuck yourselves." Bro, these streamers sat there farming my hate threads and high-roading me, and now they're watching the same exact shit on livestream. I've never seen such shamelessness. Literally high school 2.0. Unsurprisingly, he also talked about this on stream.
Everyone casually watching Gordo MasterChef now. I know, bro. And the fucked up part about it is all the large streamers watching it, all of them shit talked me. They sat there catering to Reddit, dumpstering me, saying how I shouldn't be doing it, and they're all fucking doing it.
Partially why he's so adamant about this point, maybe because he's experienced similar situations earlier on in life, such as in high school. Though it may seem like a relatively small incident, it was somewhat of a definitive moment for Train. It seemed like people were just kind of out to get him, setting up double standards so that they could hate on him no matter what he did, based on past drama. This would be a common theme he'd keep coming back to in the drama he'd be wrapped up in later in his career. Despite all these controversial moments, Train has managed to remain a centerpiece in the Twitch community, maintaining positive relationships with plenty of big names. As a testament to this, in August 2018, he started the Scuffed podcast, which has been the host to a myriad of iconic moments and heated debates over the years, including one stream with a lineup that Twitch politics viewers today could only dream of. And by that, I mean they creamed their pants. The success of Scuffed could be chalked up to its distinctive format of having up to 10 different streamers on at a time to join in a conversation or debate. XQC, Destiny, Pokimane, Asmongold, and many, many more have been guests.
Story will allow people to talk more about the state of racism, right? And what he was saying is he was in a situation, like he was at a point in his life where he saw somebody of a certain category of a certain type do something really bad, right? Allegedly, whatever happened.
The Scuffed podcast also managed to make a genuine difference in the world along the way. In 2020, Train ran a charity stream that raised $30,000 for Australian wildlife relief, and another $35,000 later that year for the organization Color of Change. The podcast ran until 2021, with people asking it to make a return to this day, where Train went from an audience in the thousands to being consistently watched by tens of thousands at a time. Cementing his status as a Twitch legend was during 2020, not only due to the fact that he was the second most watched streamer during the elections, but also thanks to, you guessed it, Among Us. He wasn't just any Among Us player, he was an expert Among Us player. You could even say he went pro in Among Us, considering he took home $5,000 after winning the first official Among Us tournament. But while Among Us's popularity has dropped since then, Train's popularity hasn't suffered one bit. Some streamers in the past have seen meteoric rises, only to lose a large portion of their viewership after their game of choice falls out of favor, like Ninja with Fortnite. Train, on the other hand, would only continue to grow as he moved into yet another genre on Twitch that would be even more successful than any of the categories he tried before. In 2021, he started streaming slots.
Oh fuck, you have a
Oh fuck, hold on.
Wait, your Born Wild setup is crazy.
Hold on!
Oh! Is that a max?
Yeah!
Is that a max? Born Wild? Holy shit! Holy shit! It's a max! Train streams on max. What the fuck? Holy shit!
Well, to be precise, he didn't start in 2021. In fact, much of his early time streaming was spent in the slots category, and he had previously been hooked on Counter-Strike crates. But though he had been a long-time degenerate gambler, 2021 is when he took it to another level, during the same time that the slots category as a whole exploded on Twitch. This trend has been artificially driven by online crypto casinos like Stake, Roobet, Duelbits, and others that have taken to sponsoring streamers to play on their site in front of their audience of tens of thousands of viewers, in the hopes that their, admittedly young and impressionable, fan bases will want to emulate whatever they see their favorite streamers doing and start gambling on the sites. These streamers help facilitate this by providing their fans with promo codes, and the traffic driven to these casinos is what makes the sponsorship worthwhile for them. If this operation itself sounds a bit shady, don't worry, we'll get into that later. Trainwreck's got a deal with Stake.com, but even among other gambling streamers, Train stands out for his unique degeneracy. He moved to Canada just to pursue his sponsorship with Stake, because in the US, he had to hide behind a VPN. He streams for 20 to 40 hours straight, playing slots almost the whole time, and to top it off, he's not using small bet amounts to make his money last. No, he makes $1,000 bets or greater almost exclusively, wagering millions of dollars per stream. All the hours he does live certainly take their toll, and we don't just have to speculate about it, because Train came out and talked about it himself. A twit longer from March of 2021 reads, "To my amazing and loyal community, to address the reason why my schedule has become erratic, I've realized that I've been in denial of sorts. Since quarantine, and especially since last November, I've lost 52 pounds streaming non-stop. It has depleted my energy levels almost completely, and I can count the number of times I have been outside since quarantine on my two hands. A connection with nature has always been important to me, and the other day when I was walking to take out my recyclables, I decided to stop on the top level of the parking garage. I looked up at the sky, and the beauty of it alone just made me cry. Throughout my middle school and high school years, nature was a friend that helped me push through the mental bullying I faced most days, and to have been disconnected from it for so long has weakened me. So because of this, I've been relaxing and taking it easy. I do not wish to quit or take a break, I'll just be going with the flow for a little. With that said, we will return to a normal and consistent streaming schedule soon." As early as October 2021, he revealed he had wagered $1 billion overall, which makes one wonder where his figures are at now. Well, we got a clue in September 2022, when he stated he's wagered $1.2 billion on one game, Wanted Dead or a Wild, meaning his overall figure must be significantly higher.
Oh my god!
Hold on.
Oh
my
god!
Hold on. Oh, what is that?
3 fucking million trades! 3
It's because of his reckless behavior that he's made Twitch history with massive wins in the millions of dollars, which are exhilarating moments for viewers to witness, even when they're not the ones winning money. Well, they're exhilarating until you realize the real price of such life-changing payouts. Back in January, during a stream where Train was earning bags left and right, one viewer said in chat, "Bro, I am honestly just happy you are close to even. I better see DJ Ape making a comeback." This sparked him to clarify the reality of his situation. "Bro, I'm going to keep it a buck. I appreciate your intention, but shut the fuck up. Close to even? I'm still down 12.9 million. In 9 months, I've lost 22.9 million. It was really fucking disgusting and bad. You don't even understand. Like, all my friends knew, but I didn't feel comfortable saying anything because those numbers are unfathomable. But now that I won this, I'm comfortable saying it because I think being down 12 million with my bet size isn't bad." Even when he's setting records, like when he got an unimaginable max win of $22.5 million live on stream, it's still not enough to make up for all the money he's blown through. In fact, it's gotten so bad that he can lose $10 or $11 million over the course of one stream. People have partly deduced these losses from the break-even counter he has on his stream. You see, he keeps a counter at the top of his webcam that shows how much money he needs to win to break even. In recent streams, the figure has climbed as high as 1,600 Bitcoin, and with a price of $22,000 at the time, that means he was $35 million down. It's a given that the figure fluctuates wildly, but he's always down at least a few mil. He's also revealed that he actually gambles off stream to try and recoup his losses. "Sorry I haven't been live. I lost like 2 million off stream, and I've been a cranky little bitch. I'm doing something none of you should ever do, but I'm chasing losses. I'll be live in a bit, but I need to win or it's looking bad for the month." What's more, he streams far more than he's required to for the sake of his contract with Stake, which only stipulates that he streams 4 hours 4 times a week on the site. You don't need the details to see that this man is addicted. You can just go watch his stream. All these factors make it more than clear that Train has a serious problem.
It is not a way to get rich quick. It is not a way to get yourself out of any fucking low parts of your life. It will put you in a lower part of life. The ones that are lucky lose their first time playing. The ones that are the unluckiest win. You understand? Because then you get sucked in and you're fucking done. Do not gamble. Do not even try. Gambling is literally for the fucking rich to get a high. That is it. Whatever you think, whatever you convince yourself that your life, is in a shitty place, I promise you, you gamble, you will find yourself in an even shittier place that you didn't think existed or you could fathom. And you will wish every second that you could just go back to the shitty life that you thought was the worst, but really wasn't.
This whole situation has caused quite a bit of controversy. When it comes to Train, old fans have criticized him for moving away from his old gaming streams in favor of gambling, but he does not take kindly to these kinds of comments. When people tell him to stop in chat, this is the kind of response he gives on stream. "Holy shit, man, what's your deal? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. What do you want from me? Do I have to have 100 million to get your fucking permission? I have more in my fucking college accounts from 6 years ago than you do in your entire family tree's fucking bank account. Why the fuck are you telling me to stop? Holy shit, man. You stop. Do I need to pull out my bank account to show you guys that I am financially set? Shameless. Why are people that are not successful telling me what I should do? If he feels insulted at all about his gambling activities, be sure that he will fire back."
How does it feel to be a top gambler? I want to try and look at that in the benefit that I want to give the benefit of that and try and look at that in a positive way, but I really just can't. I'm confused. How the fuck's that your first log? You want to provide context? Normally I just perma you, but I feel a little nicer today. I'll give you a chance to explain what the fuck that kind of question is. How does it feel to be a lonely, miserable, broke bitch?
So, some of his longtime viewers think that he changed or sold out. But that's really the least of the criticism he's receiving. To many people, it's not just the way he does it, or that he didn't used to do it, or how angry he gets at people telling him not to do it. But the fact that he gambles at all that's the problem. Just recently, Pokimane, one of the most popular female streamers, made a tweet calling for Twitch to ban gambling streams as a whole. That got a whopping 300,000 likes. It wasn't clear at the time how Twitch felt about the matter, but her tweet represented a growing anti-gambling sentiment in the community. This sentiment is based on questioning the bigger picture, the ethics of doing gambling streams. The whole problem, per se, is that streamers are potentially promoting an addictive and even life-ruining problem for their own financial benefit, to an audience which, to reiterate, tends to be young and impressionable. And I do say potentially promoting, but these companies wouldn't be paying these streamers so well if they weren't driving new users to the site and increasing their revenues. And trust me, they do pay well. Take it from Train himself, who felt very insulted when someone in chat implied that he made only $1 million a month from his deal with Stake.
Are you making $1 million a month from Stake? I'm not making $1 million more. I'm making much more. The fuck do you mean $1 million a month? The fuck? That was the first month, buddy. Fuck, do you see what I gamble with? Like, the fuck? I mix what I make and what I already have together, and I gamble raw. Now, has that been smart for me? Absolutely fucking not.
Other streamers like Aiden Ross are seeing figures in a similar ballpark. Ross's leaked DM showed that a $2 million a month deal from DualBits wasn't enough for him, and that Roobet was paying him even more. His Etherscan also showed that he was regularly getting $900,000 a week for a period of time off of his gambling deal. But there are two sides to every story, and Train hasn't taken all this flack lying down. He frequently brings up factors that he argues set him apart from other streamers in the slots category. He claims he uses raw balance, which means that he's gambling with his own money. This is as opposed to fill balance, which is when a casino gives you money to gamble with. And you could argue it's deceptive because the streamer isn't taking any real risk, while the viewers they might influence into gambling absolutely are. He says that, although he has a referral code, he doesn't promote it all the time. This is relevant because streamers profiting off of promo codes is part of what people take issue with. Remember, these companies only have the millions necessary to pay for these sponsorships because of how lucrative they are. XQC has said that his viewers have wagered $119 million on Stake through his promo code.
Oh, it's not 119 million.
Train also constantly warns his audience not to gamble. The text, "Do not gamble, you will lose," is always in the top right corner of his stream. He claims that other streamers glamorize the experience, selectively showing the best moments to make gambling look more alluring, while he shows everything, including his soul-crushing losses.
That's what it seems like. Now, other streamers I can't speak for. You know what I'm saying? I see that shit. Gambling does look like rainbows and butterflies. But here, it definitely doesn't look like rainbows and butterflies. So I don't know what the fuck some of y'all are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Some shameless motherfuckers. It's as you say, if you play with what you can afford to lose, it can be fun and entertaining. Brother, I don't even say that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even afford to lose. It's like, you know, the moment you look at that money that you're willing to gamble, that shit goes down to $0, 0 cents. And you're like, ah, fuck it, who gives a shit? Only then, and maybe then. But some of y'all are just dumb as hell.
He reiterated the distinction he makes between himself and other streamers with this tweet. "I tell people not to gamble very often, especially when I win, and that they will always lose. I gamble more off stream than on. I use raw balance and take the risk. I don't talk about my sponsor or code. When I give away money, I send to people's personal wallets, not casino accounts. Same MFers coming at me are fans of or are streamers that don't gamble off stream, aren't gamblers, use fake balance on stream to eliminate the risk of losing their own money, which is not gambling, and worst of all, do this while specifically catering to 12-year-olds on a daily basis. The way I gamble is the most authentic and transparent you'll see, and I show my withdraw/deposit addresses. I gamble in every game I play. I gamble off stream because I actually love gambling, so fuck off my dick. Y'all did this same high-roading BS during Gordo, you insecure clowns." Another point is that it's possible that gambling addicts, or people who might otherwise try their luck at a casino, can live vicariously through streamers who can afford to bet millions, instead of playing with their own money and losing all of it. Train uses this line of reasoning when he tells people to watch him gamble instead of gambling themselves. But if you wanted to rebut these points, you could point out that we just have to take him at his word that he's using raw balance. Yeah, he tells people not to gamble, but that doesn't make it any less alluring when you see him make insane wins. Plus, his warnings don't seem to be working, since his promo code is admittedly making him significant bank.
Oh, but you're still getting paid $1 million a month. And how much are you making on your code, by the way?
Dirt cheap compared to what I get paid. Dirt cheap. In 3 months, I made $250K. In 3 months, that's nothing. Do you understand?
Well, it makes it a lot easier to make gambling look like a sustainable activity when you're getting $1 million a month from the platform to do it.
That clip is from last year. So how much is he making now? After all, his sponsor would drop him if telling his audience not to gamble was actually effective in deterring them. And sure, he might not be shoving his referral code down people's throats all the time, but his viewers can still find it and he evidently still profits off of it. Otherwise, what's even the point in having one? Why in the world would he be paid millions of dollars a month to promote it if these companies were suffering losses? streams. However, it's worth noting that he's done some legitimately positive things for his community. Himself admittedly struggling with bipolar disorder, he recently made a $350,000 donation to the organization Rise Above the Disorder to provide free therapy to those who might otherwise be unable to afford it. He posted a tweet longer about it that read, "Helping to bring Trainwreck's TV's vision to life, we collaborated with Trainwreck to launch the Community Care Program. With a generous donation of $350,000 USD, roughly 12,000 therapy sessions to his community, we are honored to have Trainwrecks be the first creator in this program and pioneer a new way that creators can give back to their communities. The Community Care Program focuses on helping people start therapy with licensed mental health professionals practicing empirically researched methods of therapy. Therapy remains the most effective means to address the majority of mental health issues, but difficulty finding a therapist or being able to afford therapy have been a major barrier. We help eliminate that barrier entirely." But he went on to attack other streamers for not helping to donate to the program on Twitter. Gonna keep it a buck, I'm disgusted that none of the large creators that farm clout with posts and cheap words every time mental health awareness is trending didn't instantly want to opt into my free mental healthcare program for their community just because it means pennies out of their pocket. To all content creators of all sizes, the cost of care we provide can be relative to what we each make. I've been doing this for my core community since 2015. It works. Reply to this post to set up this program for your community. We can succeed where most countries have failed. Again, if you were to scrutinize his actions, you could question if he's just trying to make up for the fact that he knows his behavior is having a negative influence on his community. Hassan Piker and his viewership have also been vocal critics of Train, and Hassan's editor, Austinox, had this to say about the program on Twitter. "The sheer audacity for a mental health org to partner with someone directly doing mental health damage. That rocks. I just signed up for Andrew Tate's couples therapy last week, and that didn't work out, so I've been looking for a good therapist/gambling addict." Train has defended this move on stream by saying that just because people have a problem with him, they shouldn't take it out on the program. He's also used some of his gambling winnings to give back to the community. He did a $1 million giveaway after winning a $10 million jackpot, and has given upwards of $100,000 in donations to various streamers. But does the good outweigh the bad? Influencers on the other side of the argument still have many concerns. Besides Pokimane, other vocal critics have been the aforementioned Hassan Piker, as well as Ethan Klein, who brought XQC and Trainwrecks on the H3H3 podcast last year to debate the topic, and brought up Stake.com's headquarters on the island of Curacao.
Look at this. Look at my screen, you guys. Trainwreck. This is their headquarters, bro, on Google Maps. This is where...
Give me a second here.
No, this is important. This is where Stake Casino's located, you guys.
Oh my god. See,
how have we gone from the argument of kids promoting and catering to kids, and now we're talking about crypto? Oh,
this is the
you got like
this
this
is
is
the
the
100% confidently that this is not a scammer business.
What?
Train. I mean, honestly, can you? Because it sure looks like a fucking scam.
Look at this. This is their address.
Maybe it's not.
This is their address, you guys.
Incorporating your company on an island with lax regulations and listing your HQ as a random shack is a classic shady business move. When that's the reality of the situation, everything is up in the air. There's just zero transparency, and what we have been told, we can't verify. There's absolutely nothing stopping crypto casinos from rigging their sites or their sponsorships however they want. And if they can, at least some of them certainly are. For example, do sponsored streamers get different odds than normal users to help promote gambling? Are they even gambling real money? Are these companies covering all of the losses of their streamers, whereas an average person who gambles just has to eat their losses? We just don't know what their contracts are, if they even have contracts, since Aiden Ross, for example, was negotiating multi-million-dollar deals with Duelbits over Discord. It goes without saying that the money streamers get paid by a site like Stake are inevitably coming from their fans' own losses. Is this a small amount of money they can afford for the sake of entertainment? Or are streamers profiting off of their fans gambling their life savings away? When it comes to Train, without the public truly knowing the terms of his contract or the status of his finances, other than, I guess, taking his word for it, one could question whether his entire predicament is for show. Maybe in reality, Stake is covering all of his expenses, and this is a stunt to get more viewers. If you ask me, the losses are probably real, but I wouldn't blame anyone for questioning it. Perhaps he emphasizes just how much he's down all the time to make it look like he's not like the other gambling streamers. Yeah, his sponsorship would be unethical if he were profiting off of promoting gambling, But look, he's actually losing money. There's a million different possible takes on the situation, but without concrete proof of really anything, it's impossible to say whether it's one or the other. It's possible that more transparency from Train and Stake would help to de-escalate the situation, but realistically that's probably not going to happen. It'd be way too late anyways, because Twitch ended up doing the unimaginable. They banned slots. A surprising chain of events happened after a Twitch streamer with over 400,000 followers, it's Slicker, admitted to borrowing upwards of $300,000 from fellow streamers and fans on false pretenses to fund his CSGO gambling habit, effectively scamming them out of their money.
Trainwrecks, I would message him. I'd be like, bro, I'm in a situation. He gave me like $150,000. No, sorry, not $150,000, and I know people are going to be like...
Train also confirmed this on his own stream.
Yeah, I gave him a lot of money. USD. Just a gift. Like, I literally said, just give it, you know what I mean? Straight gift. And I wasn't happy about it. Like, don't get me wrong. I wasn't like, oh, you know, no. I was like, listen, like, get your shit together. I'm pissed. We're done, though. That was the trade-off. It was like, we're done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he came to me at first. He's like, yo, bro, like, you know, I'm in a bad place. Can you consolidate my debt and just, you know, take it all and... give me a big lump sum. I'm like, listen, bro, I'll do better. I'll just give you a lump sum, pay it all off as a gift. And that first one was like, I don't know, 45K, I think, 50K, 45K, I believe. 2 months later, same story.
A financial scandal of this magnitude had never been seen on Twitch before, and only contributed to the rising tide of gambling criticism on the platform. In light of the situation with Slicker, streamers like Devin Nash, Pokimane, and Mizkif all got together to discuss the issue and settled on the idea of boycotting Twitch during Christmas week to protest their hosting of gambling streams. And they went on to invite other anti-gambling streamers like Hassan Piker to join in. A few days later, Hassan's editor, Ox turned up the heat on Twitch with the following thread, insinuating that Train is paying off Twitch staff so that they turn a blind eye to his activities. It does strike me as weird that Twitch staff are in Trainwreck's chat and accepting $50K in crypto from him. It must be hard to see clearly when deciding whether to regulate the person that just paid your entire salary in one Bitcoin transaction. Hashtag Twitch stop gambling. Ox clarifies the clip. This is a 2-minute clip where Train manages to pay 2 Twitch staff, Pepegafish and Relim, $80K. It shows that he's willing to pay staff members. Twitch are willing to accept those payments, and that he's confident enough to do this on live stream.
Okay. I think we're good. Let's get back to this, and let's wrap it up, and then I'll just gamble some more, because I'm a degenerate.
Getting that third win.
And Joe, I got you on your 50 still on a trip. Remy, I'll take care of you too, bro. I'm on a trip, man. I got you. Pepegafish, are you kidding me, bro? Realm, is that you on 2 staff accounts, bro? Pepegafish comes in, I give him 50K, he leaves? You can't even stay for fucking 5 more minutes?
Oh, he said no one's ever sent him anything before.
Aw, no shot. No one has ever sent me anything before. That is the sweetest, most sad thing ever, isn't it?
Yeah, that is sweet and sad.
That's really sweet and sad. Hopefully he's not like a hustler, because I'm gonna send him some more. Yo, take 30,000 altogether.
Dub.
I sent you two 15,000s, baby. That's 30 G's, Relum. Do whatever you want with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to walk into the office and tell your boss to suck your, you know what I mean, fuck off, this is the time. Just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I would expect Twitch to have some policy on their staff members accepting money from partnered streamers, especially ones that had to leave the country because the game they play would be illegal in the US, where Twitch is based. I don't blame Train for this. I would take the opportunity to pay off Twitch staff too if it secured my $12 million a year sponsorship. I do wonder how many more Twitch staff members consider themselves indebted to him though. Another individual jumped in to give their 2 cents on the ethics of the case. Speaking as a former Twitch staff member, not only is this absolutely disgusting, but it is 100% in violation of Amazon business conduct and ethics policy. Not Train's fault, it's not his job to police the ethics of Twitch, but absolutely the employees for asking/accepting payment. Train didn't do much to dispute the implication, other than calling it a mischaracterization, and he offered to pay any Twitch staff who could get fired due to his actions. With all this mounting pressure and controversy, the very same day, Twitch made an announcement. Gambling content on Twitch has been a big topic of discussion in the community, and and something we've been actively reviewing since our last policy update in this area. Today, we want to update you on our plans. While we prohibit sharing links or referral codes to all sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games, we've seen some people circumvent those rules and expose our community to potential harm. So, we'll be making a policy update on October 18th to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games that aren't licensed either in the US or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. These sites will include stake.com, rollbit.com, duelbits.com, and rubets.com. However, we may identify others as we move forward. We will continue to allow websites that focus on sports betting, fantasy sports, and poker.
Well, well, well. It's been a long road, gentlemen, but I think we're finally at the destination. Twitch has banned gambling.
This event demonstrates that there are certainly streamers capable of pulling the strings of Twitch policy, and unfortunately for Train, he is not one of them. Unsurprisingly, Train wasn't too psyched to hear the news, and he certainly had a wealth of comments to make on the matter. He posted the following tweets. To be clear, the people scapegoating slots, BJ, and roulette, and not blaming the individual are the real problem. On top of that, Slicker was a sports betting addict, the one type of gambling that is normalized and that I don't hear a single one of you clout goblin fucks talking about. With that said, these streamers and viewers who sell a false reality should be banned. People who gatekeep giveaways through codes that require you to gamble should be banned. People who hide all losses and only show wins should be banned. Things like this are predatory. The inconsistency to not ban sports betting is corruption, considering the fact you have your hands in the $13 billion NFL deal cookie jar, and the fact you virtue signaling streamers who act like you care about gambling are silent, when it's 100 times the market and just as corrupt. Fellow streamer Greek God X responded to this tweet, "Worst part is sports betting is way worse." To which Trainwrecks continued, "Where are their arguments now? They screamed so loudly about. If you can get paid billions of dollars for FanDuel and DraftKings sponsors, where are they making the money back? Their silence is their answer. Fucking hypocrites." My point to all of this isn't that sports betting should be banned. None of it should be. I enjoy all sides of gambling. The point is that the individuals should be banned that are doing predatory and non-transparent shit. But if you're going to virtue signal about slots, blackjack, and roulette, you better be damn consistent, or even more so, for sports betting.
Either you ban gambling all over, or you create a more complex solution to what is allowed and what is not. But to ban pieces and parts of it that fit into people's agendas that aren't thinking clearly or objectively and are basing their agenda off of emotions, that's, to me, it's just, that's what fucks you over later on.
He does have a point that if Twitch were truly being consistent with their policy, they would ban all gambling, not just the forms associated with the online crypto casinos who aren't licensed in the US. No doubt, they're shadier than the companies who are permitted to do business in the States. But the fundamental problem Twitch is claiming to tackle with their decision is gambling addiction in general. But when Twitch's parent company, Amazon, has a multi-year partnership with DraftKings, one of the leading sports betting sites, it's not hard to see why Twitch would hesitate to unleash the ban hammer across the board. They're fine with banning the ones they're getting less of a cut from. As Bill Hicks said, the legal and good addictions seem to always be the conveniently taxed ones. Train continued his Twitter rant with a point of discussion he frequently brings up for years at this point, which is that people are just out to get him, and will use anything he does against him for that purpose. You want to see how corrupt these motherfuckers are? I'll start doing full-time sports betting streams, and you'll see their silence now turn into full-fledged bad faith activism. This has never had anything to do with gambling, and their inconsistency shows that. That wasn't the end of Train's beef with the Twitch community though. During the same span of time, even more serious allegations were thrown around. In response to the Slicker drama, Asmongold tweeted this: "How the fuck is Slicker not banned on Twitch? Guy literally uses the platform to defraud dozens of people, streams and viewers alike, and admits it. Gideon is still sitting a perma, while Slicker gets to go live and laugh about actual crime. It's an absolute disgrace at Twitch." Train responded, "Because your pals decided it was in their best interest to use and platform the very person that scammed everyone for his horse racing and tennis bets to somehow twist it and wage their war against me. And we both know deep down why the insecure little man is doing this. Mizkif joined in and replied to Train, stating, if we're going to deplatform people for scamming others, shouldn't we have banned you for Joltcoin a few years back? It's not exactly clear what Mizkif was talking about with Joltcoin, other than it sounding like a crypto pump and dump scam, which are all too common for celebrities to promote nowadays. The one other piece of info confirming Train might have scammed people comes from streamer Forsen.
Alright, what are they referring
Make shit up though, but the Joltcoin thing was real.
A good friend of Mizkif, a guy that Mizkif lives with,
that was like
called
2015 or
his own right.
But Train fired back with much crazier allegations that no one could have seen coming. Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up all those sexual assaults? You fucking scumbag piece of shit. You want to come at me and make shit up? Then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure pussy. He further elaborated. The people involved know the truth, but for those of you that are farming drama and coming to split conclusions, let me be even more clear. Mizkif didn't assault the women. He orchestrated the cover-ups for his friends. Exactly how my tweet reads. What he was referring to were allegations made against streamer Crazy Slick, who Mizkif was living with, by Adriana Lee all the way back in 2021. Train claimed that in response, Mizkif had sent his friends Maya and Mitch Jones to suppress the allegations by trying to convince Adriana to make the situation look less bad than it really was in her twit longer. Whatever the case may be, it is true that Crazy Slick never ended up being held accountable, and that meant he would go on to supposedly sexually harass other girls.
I don't think there's a single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like, no one, of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna.
This clip was a bombshell, but not everyone reacted the same way. Some people criticized Train for only bringing this information to light now, when it was opportunistic for him when he had known about it for a year. So, in other words, @TrainWrecks TV has information about SA, but only decides to bring it up when it can help him get a ratio on BS Twitch drama. What a horrible act. Meanwhile, others praised him for speaking up when no one else would, no matter the timing, including Crazy Slick's supposed victims, like Adriana herself, who said, "This isn't eye-opening for a lot of people in the scene. Do not come for @TrainWrecks TV for knowing the whole story and not saying anything when a lot of people knew. He was the one who gave me this opportunity to speak." Other female streamers came to his defense as well. Nah, I don't stand for @TrainWrecks TV slander on my feed. Good guy with a good heart, and I'll die on that hill. At this point, Train has been on Twitch for more than half a decade, and it's unlikely that he's leaving anytime soon. While he consistently finds himself at the center of some of the biggest controversies the site has ever seen, being one of the figures whose actions actively shape policy decisions on the site, he's still managed to upkeep a pretty loyal audience. He seems to have some pretty ambitious plans for the future, potentially starting his own streaming platform to meet demand for gambling streams, and even bringing back the Scuffed podcast in the latter half of October. Whatever your opinion on his rise to popularity, it seems that he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And hey, for once, it feels nice to make a video about someone whose career isn't headed down the toilet. At least, let's hope not.
I'll release what I got paid since the beginning of my contract. I've been paid $360 million for 16 months of gambling. There you go. There's the information that'll get you off the topic of hating poke.
Wait, is that really?
That's real, yes.
Yo, buy me a house,
released,
bro.
It's done. 360 million. There you go, dumb fucks.
Yo.
I could buy Hassan, Pokey, and Ludwig all together and sell them and buy them again.
I've been Turkey Tom. Thanks for watching. And until next time, leave me alone.
I've heard it 1,000 times before, and it's just not that funny anymore.